Hey, what's up everybody? This is C-Spray. Right now you're going to watch a video, the Gary Chalk, Transformers Optimus Primal, Transformers Energon, Armada, Cybertron, not in any specific order. He did all the voices of all the Optimus Primes and Optimus Primal in the series. And of course, everything else. He's a regular actor, voice actor, been in the business for 30 years. Great guy, really nice guy, really personable. So right now we're going to watch a little Q&A panel that Gary Chalk did at TFCON 2011, and I said this in numerous amount of videos. The camera that I normally use for videos is not meant for video, it's meant for photos. So I would use it every day pretty much for my reviews and what have you, and it's starting to go. So either the audio doesn't work, or I'm recording for long periods of time and then it just cuts out and says right error and the whole thing doesn't get recorded. So then I have to break it up into parts and kind of record it for a few minutes at a time, then stop it, then start recording again. So with that being said, I missed a lot of stuff. I do have more of the Gary Chalk panel than I did of the Paul Hiding channel. They both were roughly about an hour long, and this one's a little bit longer, so it's cool. But I really wish the timing in my cameras, the battery and stuff like that worked out better, so that way I can get proper video. There's always next year, hopefully, so we'll do that. I'll be more set up, and you just get caught up in the moment being at your first TFCON, so it can be expected. Definitely check out the people listed on my channel. A few of them went to TFCON, so they probably have better footage for you to check out. So right now I'm just gonna watch this one. So Gary Chalk's awesome, very cool guy, and yeah, so enjoy and tell me what you think. Alright, catch you later in the next video. See ya.
If it weren't for that show, I wouldn't have done this, or I wouldn't have done that. Oh, thanks. Thanks for putting that responsibility on me. No. So now I cannot be a bad guy. I can't be, I can't go rob banks or beat people up on the street. I have to be like the characters I play, and I try my best to be like these characters, except for the character in T3 who says, "Kill them all." No, I'm not like that. That's psycho Optimus. Well, I thought he was. I mean, how many people agree with me? Oh, it was a wrong line for Optimus Prime. Huh? Yeah. Optimus is supposed to go after Megatron and settle it through diplomatic and peaceful means, not trying to kill everything in sight. But when he said kill them all, I was actually struck. I went, oh my God, does that mean I'm a Transformers geek? I guess it does. No, you can't say that. Anyway, so over the years I've probably done about 2,000 or 3,000 cartoons and various movies, and some of the characters you may know, like He-Man, Master of the Universe, and Dr. Robotnik, and Grounder, and G.I. Joe, and Littlest Pet Shop, and T-Rex, and oh man, I just can't think of them. There's lots. Oh, Conan, but I didn't play Conan, I played Snag. Huh? Who's that? Captain N. Captain N and the Dream Patrol. Or no, Captain N the Games Master. No, there's Captain Z and the Dream Patrol. There's two captains. Captain N, the Game Master, was probably the most fun. I don't know how many people know Mike Donovan, but he directed most of the Beast Wars episodes, and a lot of our other cartoons besides. But he used to play a character named Eggplant Wizard. And he used to go, I didn't do it. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden it came out. And I played the character of King Hippo. King Hippo used to go, excuse yourself, you pig. Oh, I played Wizard. I'm audacious. Get out of here. We used to have so much fun because we were the villains and he was the friendly villain and I was the big stupid villain, I guess. But yeah, as I say, over the years, many shows and many television movies and movies on the big screen and TV shows. I don't want to go through it all with you, but some of you have a lot of questions, and if you do have a question, could you please come up to the microphone and ask? Because as I said before, I spent almost a lifetime with headphones on my ears, and I'm just not that great as far as hearing.
I'd just like to ask how it was working on Transformers Energon.
On which one?
Transformers Energon.
How it was working on Transformers Energon.
How you worked on Transformers Energon. Like how's it?
How was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fun. You know, I mean, the thing about Transformers Energon, Cybertron, and Armada is that we have two different kinds of shows. We have what we call prelay shows, where you go in and record an ensemble cast and everybody's there at the same time, which is a lot of fun. Or we have the ADR, or additional dialogue replacement, or automatic dialogue replacements, where we take the Japanese anime programs and dub them into English. Well, when you do those, you do them by yourself. And that's no fun, because it's lonely in that studio. So you sit in there and you watch the screen, and it's more of a machine kind of thing. I'm not really a big fan of ADR, because in Japan, when they say thank you, they say arigato. But we say thank you, or they say how are you, they say konbawa. That's lots of syllables, all these syllables that you've got to fill in. And when you're watching the screen, it just goes beep, 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 talk. Right? And you have to make it work. And sometimes it'll sound like this. Oh, I see you have strawberry jam. I like strawberry jam, but I am more partial to raspberry jam, but strawberry jam is actually very good. And you're speaking in the rhythms and tones of the Japanese, which have a totally different rhythm structure than English. So it's a very tough thing to come out with a performance that matches the performance in the prelay, because prelay you create it, in ADR you're just adding to it. And I remember there were some complaints because my Beast Wars performance is a lot different from the Armada performances or from the Cybertron performances, simply because we couldn't have the same input in the ADRs we did with the Armada. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. Yes, sir.
Hello. First of all, just wanted to say that Beast Machines is my favorite Transformers TV show of all time.
Thank you so very much.
Brilliant.
I like it too.
I used to post episode reviews on Alt Toys Transformers as soon as that thing came on here on YTV. So my question is, Peter Cullen has gone on record saying that Prime is basically John Wayne. Primal seems like a lot more of a complex character, and I could never really figure out who his influences are. So was there anyone you had in mind when you came up with the voice?
You're going to laugh. Me. Because I'll tell you straight out, I have always been a stage and film actor most of my life. And my school of thought is that the essence of every character is you in a given situation, which makes it real and gives it dimension and range. And fortunately, I have a pretty good voice. And when I did Optimus, I just looked at Optimus and you go, well, what would it be like? Is it like someone's dad or like someone's uncle? How would I react in this given situation? And that's what I did. So I didn't really follow anyone's pattern. I created my own. And to my mind, I think it was a pretty good choice. I'm not, tooting my horn, but I'm just saying, because I'm basically a pretty okay guy. Just, hello, hail fellow amount. I don't, my philosophy of life is be kind, hurt no one. And it's a pretty good philosophy, and I go by the basic commandments, not being a religious person, because I'm not, but do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, and, love God like you love yourself, and you'll be a fine person. And that's what I'm like in real life. And that's why I try to pattern the character after that.
Okay, now, Which form of Optimus Primal do you prefer the most?
Sorry again, you're too close to the mic.
Which form of Optimus Primal do you prefer the most?
Which former Optimus Prime?
Which form? You know, the Transformer Optimus Primal, the Optimus, the basic Optimus?
I like Primal.
Oh, the original
Of them all. I wasn't a big fan of Transmetal Optimus. Optimal Optimus was kind of cool. I like that. But Primal was my favorite.
Oh, I see. Okay, one more question. Why did you decide to work on screen work in movies?
Why did
you decide to work in movies too?
Why didn't I do the movie?
Why did you work? I see you do movies, but I'd like to know why you chose that career.
Why did I choose the career?
Screen, yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, but you're a little muffled down there. I'm going to come right down there to get it. I told you how hard it work. Because you know when you're in the movies, you know you get the chicks.
Did it work?
Well, no, that's why I decided to become a rock star, because you get the chicks. No, I love the movies. I love everything about the movies. I've been a movie maniac since I was 5 years old. And when I first got a chance to work in the movies, it was the most magical experience I ever had. And I was working with one of my all-time heroes. And you think, you know, when you get all choked up and sweaty and going, oh, I don't want to hide. And there was a fellow, I don't know if you're familiar with a fellow named James Colbert. Remember James Colbert? James Colbert was the first guy, the first celebrity to do a commercial on network television in America. And he said 2 words, and back then in the 60s he got paid $250,000 for this spot, and all he said was, Schlitz malt liquor. And I remember him from the Magnificent Seven and our man Flint and all those, and I got a chance to work with him on a show called Looking for Mr. Panenl. I think it was 1979, 19. Such a dork. I went, wow, you're so tall. Oh yeah, yeah, we're working out. Yeah, we're gonna do fine. We're gonna be fine. Anyway, it turned out fine, but boy, from that day on, I said to myself, I am going to be in the movies for the rest of my life. Thank you very much. Next question.
We have a moment here.
Is that too hard?
So if Optimus Primal and the Russian Colonel from
Chekhov.
and the policeman you play in Killing.
Oaks.
Okay, if you were all Smurfs, who would eat the most ice cream?
But I really hate the Q&A. Vegan. Eats bananas and energon. It wouldn't be Colonel Chuck. Well, no, actually, that's a lie. The biggest consumers of ice cream in the world are Russians. So, you know, Colonel Chuck, who like it? You know, he likes this vanilla. Vanilli, like Milli Vanilli, that ice cream. Ben and Jerry, Milli Vanilli. I think they got rid of that name because of all this scandal around the songs and stuff. I like vanilla ice cream. And Lieutenant Oaks, well, his favorite ice cream is Tiger Tail. You know, that orange and licorice. I just, man, I absolutely love Tiger Tail. But don't tell me. It's the best ice cream ever. But yeah, I think of all of them because he's so fat. Colonel Chekhov would be the one who ate the most ice cream. Yeah!
Now, you worked on a number of shows in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Reboot with Phil Hayes.
Yes.
You two did a lot of bouncing off of each other. What was that like in the studio, and how did that compare to, say, when you were Phil Hayes was replaced by Scott McNeil on Act in Reboot? later on?
Well, different thing. Phil Hayes was or still is, a stand-up comic and a great voice actor. And Phil and I, well, we got this idea in our heads way back in season 1 of Reboot, because Phil and I played Hack and Slash. And he played Hack, and I played Slush. You know, did push the button, don't push the button every time, put the button together.
Hold me, Hack. Hold me.
When I show you on the doll. It was one of those, and we got it into our heads that we were going to improvise all of our dialogue. So what we did is we did the scripted dialogue, and then we put it to the side, and then we improvised dialogue to go around the story, back and forth. And at 90% of the shows, unless it was a crucial story point, they used our improv dialogue. And if you listen closely, you can see that it's, well, sometimes it's a little racy. You don't quite catch it, but then you go, wait a minute, that's not nice. It was really fun. But as we continued on, we didn't know if the series was going to continue on, and Phil moved down to Los Angeles, and they couldn't afford the budget, as they were a startup company at that time. They couldn't afford the budget to bring Phil up to Vancouver all the time, and so for whatever reason, they decided that Scott McNeil was going to play Hack. And Scotty went, does that mean we have to improvise? Yes. Yes! We started and continued on the tradition of improvising all of our dialogue, and I think Scott did a pretty credible. And then a lot of fun.
It's going good.
Oh, excellent! I was wondering. I heard did something happen? You've lost weight.
I know. It's what the costume's supposed to be.
Huh? What's your question, sir?
Actually, I've been wondering, this is quick, which one is your favorite? Oh, yeah, hold on. Sorry, this thing come on. How come you like the gorilla version of Primal than the Transmetal version?
Because the Transmetal, how come I like the gorilla version over the Transmetal version? Because the Transmetal version, well, it came at a time when the scripts were making all of our characters kind of, you know, bitchy and argumentative. We just sat around and go, oh, I can't do this, I don't like this, well, don't get in this, well, you said this, and you said that, and it sounded like a bunch of argumentative little kids, and I just got tired of it after a while. And so every time I see the Transmetal, all I can associate is Transmetal with those scripts that I really didn't like. And I don't make any bones about it. I didn't like the scripts. I told the writers, I told the directors. And that's my own personal feeling. I still did them, but I just felt that we weren't really moving forward. We were sort of falling back and deflating his navel rather than getting out there and getting things done. So that's what.
And I've been wondering, did you ever watch Transformers: Dark of the Moon?
I'm sorry again?
The third movie of Transformers.
Transformers 3?
Yeah.
The movie?
Yes. Did you see it?
Yes, I watched the movie. I actually fell asleep about 3/4 of the way through. I gotta say, nothing against the movie, I was just really tired, but the action was relentless. But I thought, I've said this before, I thought that Optimus was a bit psycho in T3. Cowardly! Huh? Fatality! That's right! Kill them all! Were brilliant! Again, and I found some of the voices I can understand, but a lot of the voices in the show and the movies in particular, I cannot understand it. And it's probably because I'm deaf, but I cannot hear their dialogue, and I'm sure they've got great things to say. I couldn't hear it over the... That's Michael Bay for you? Huh? That's Michael Bay for you? Ah, Michael Bay. Michael Bay, the king of explosions and car chases.
And did you see Laserbeak, that bird?
Huh?
You know the bird in the movie?
Yeah?
I can do his voice. I'm not really
Excellent.
good, but I can do it. And I'll be laser freak and you can talk.
Well done.
Primal.
Oh boy, we're going to talk about this later. How to be a voice performer. How it's going to happen. So we're going to move on to the next one. Good hand for this fellow for the good voice. Yeah, baby.
Alright, so I've seen most of your work from Beast Wars, and I gotta say Beast Wars is my favorite series due to the fact of the writing, the characterization for all of them. And one of the two characters I know from back that are most recurring in Beast Wars and the Unicorn trilogy, the voice that he done was your favorite. Either was a Rap Trap, Turbo, Dinobot, or Spinator.
Well, you're talking about Scott McNeil's voices?
Yeah.
Of all of Scott McNeil's voices, my favorite one, just because of the comedy, my favorite one was Rat Trap. My next favorite one was another one, Silver Bolt, because he sounded like Dudley Do-Right. I'll say you now. You know, that character, I liked them all. I thought Scott is a phenomenal talent, you know. He's just got so many voices in his head. With Scott McNeil for over 20 years. And always been a delight and a joy to work with. Lots of fun. But his characters, every one of them is so special. I enjoy working with him and playing with him.
Yeah, I got one more question. It's regarding one of the episodes of season 1 called Gorilla Pork, in which your character often becomes hit by a poison from Scorpion Ox, where often becomes like a character.
I'm sorry you're muttering. I can't hear you, buddy.
You know, your character Optimus Primal gets hit by Scorpion Ox, by
Yes.
Killer Bee, and Optimus Primal becomes like a mad maniac and goes around the TFCON page, like doing all the stuff Optimus Primal would never do normally. How would you describe about the recording and voice actor?
Oh, okay. I understand exactly what you're saying. You're talking about the cat. I can't remember the name of the episode, but it was Primal. When Primal became a wild gorilla. And he starts doing all these things that Optimus wouldn't normally do. Well, I'll tell you, in the studio doing that, it was a little hard because he did a lot of screaming and yelling. And I got to tell you, I thought I had cast iron vocal cords until we did that episode. And by the end of it, I was like, hey, can we take a break? Because it was like, it was just killing me. But it was, it turned out great. It was a great episode. But that's.
The time now is 1:30. One question, maybe two. Keep it fast, keep it quick, and if you hand me your camera to record things, I'm assuming you're giving it to me because you missed my birthday. Next.
Speak slowly, clearly, and loudly.
Okay. I was wondering if you have any toys of yourself, essentially, from any, not just Transformers, but from anything. Like you have your toy of Gutsman, or Hack, or Slash, or Optimus Prime.
Toys that I have in my collection. Do I have any toys? Yes. I have this toy. No, I don't have it anymore. I gave it away to the Children's Hospital for a fundraiser. So I don't have him. I have Transmetal Optimus. I have the Primal. I got the other Primal. I've got Optimal Optimus. I've got Gutsman. I've got Hack and Slash, the original toy from the first year with the original CD. I've got He-Man, G.I. Joe. I've got Popeye. I've got, let me see. So many toys. Oh, I've got Conan. I got a lot of. And I said before, I have an ego room. Yeah, you all know what it is. Don't lie to me. You all know what an ego room is. Everybody has one. Yeah, you got one. I know. But the ego room is all the stuff I've done. I got pictures on the wall and stuff that I've done, and trophies and awards and toys. And they're in the spare bedroom in the back, which I usually use for my ego room. But now I have a little Persian princess staying in that room. And she goes, oh my God, every time I wake up, I look at all these, you. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. But it's quite fun. So I usually keep a collection. And some of them are cool. And the coolest thing I have, I was telling somebody earlier, but the coolest thing I have, and I found it in the garage the other day while doing a garage cleaning, because my gal Zach was the CEO of Mainframe at one time. I found the original story and character Bible for Reboot. The original drawings before the show was done. I found the original drawings and the original storyboard, the original, what do you call it, pitch. My God. What the hell is it doing in the garage? Come on, girl. Put it in a climate-controlled space in the house so it was brought. But it's fantastic. I'm going through it. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember these characters. This is so great. But all the binomes and everything, they have all the different binomes. And they have pictures of them all. Anyway, we got to move along. You guys waiting up there.
If you had the opportunity to play any character in Transformers or otherwise, what character would it be?
Megatron. My God. I would love to be able to say, yes. Well, I only get to say it once. But he says it every second scene in the show. We're going out after the Maximals. Yes. That part. Yes. But yeah, that's it. If there was a character I'd love to play, it would be Megatron. And the other character I'd love to play in another show would probably be, well, I'm quite partial to Dr. Frankenstein in Mega Man. Oh, I love that character. But that was one that was done by Ian Corley and Captain N, the Games Master. Oh yeah. With Dr. Wily. No, Dr. Wily was the one I'm talking about, and that was by Jim Burns. That's another character I'd love to play. Awesome. Thank you. Next.
What is the best and worst thing about your profession?
Again?
What is the best and worst thing about your profession as a voice actor?
The best thing and the worst thing about this profession. I guess the best thing about being a voice actor is being a voice actor. It's the greatest job in the world. You don't have to dress up. You don't even have to shave. All you have to do is have a good voice, have a good voice and shape. Walk in, walk up to the stand, put your script down, and let's go. The greatest job in the world. To think that I actually get paid for doing this job makes it absolutely the greatest job in the world. Because it's really a lot of fun. The worst thing about the job is that you're a voice actor and you're constantly looking for work. So occasionally it comes by, but then there'll be times when you're not working, you're going, why am I not working? What's going on? What happened? I don't suck anymore, do I? Did I suck? I suck! That's what happened. You get this horrible feeling where you just think that the world's caving in because you're not working, and then all of a sudden you get a job and you go, oh yeah, cool, I'm back. But I guess that's the best and worst thing about it. The worst thing about, I guess one of the worst thing about being a voice actor is you're constantly aware that if you get laryngitis, or if you get a cold, or anything like that, you're done. You can't work. And I had a bout of this last year. I had viral laryngitis, which is probably the worst thing that a voice actor could get. And it put me out of commission for 6 weeks. And it was killing. I remember thinking, is my my voice ever going to come back? And if it does come back, is it going to sound the same? And thank God it did. So that's those are the best and worst things.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Yes, sir.
Yes, hi. I was wondering, how did you transition into voice acting? Like, how did you get into voice acting to begin with?
Well, I don't know if you saw the intro film, but I remember my first voice acting job. I was going to Langara College, probably one of the greatest theater schools in Canada. No blood, no blood. No, but it is. It's probably one of the greatest theater schools in Canada. And my voice teacher said, you know, you have a great voice. Acting sucks, but you have a great voice. And I went, well, that's great. So I went to acting school to learn how to act. And after several years, I managed to, this wonderful fellow who is still alive. He celebrated his 88th birthday this year. He's been teaching since 1965, and he's been an actor since he was 20 years old, and his name was Anthony Holland. And Anthony Holland, who was my mentor, who, when I went to theater school, I auditioned for him, and I did a bunch of stuff, and he was reading a newspaper while I was doing my audition. And he looks up and he goes, well, got some talent, not much, but some. All right, come in. And let me in the school, which is great. They only take like 15 people across the country every term. So I went, yeah, I'm in. So at the end of my term, he said, you know something, I'm a friend of mine, got this voiceover. He wants a voice thing, and you have a lovely voice. And, well, he's got this nursing home, and I'm wondering if you'd be so kind to do this job. He'll pay him. And I went, sure, okay. So I did a commercial for him, a nursing home. That didn't take long. Hey, I'm in. So then I started pursuing it, and I got to tell you, the first demo tape I made was probably the worst demo tape you've ever heard. It was so bad that I cringe, and I get embarrassed for myself when I listen to it. Thankfully, it's burnt and gone now. So if you're looking for it, you'll never find it. Oh, it's buried deep with a wooden stake right through the middle of it. Loving evil heart. Anyway, Ottawa. Woo! You know Ottawa? Oh yeah, of course you do. Well, you know Shea FM. Shea FM 101.3. Radio Ottawa. It's, you know that one. Okay, Shea. Well, there's a company there called Sound Ventures. I'll get to the chase. Sound Ventures. I went in there on the radio. Said, yeah, I got this thing for the Ottawa Citizen. So I went in and did my perfectly articulated Ottawa Citizen ad, and he goes,
You're funny.
Show me how to do it. Show me what I have to look for. How do I make this work for myself? And make me a demo. I'll do your next set of commercials for free. And he said, deal. So he taught me about mic technique. He taught me about breath control, about the different kind of voices. There's the breathy voice. There's the hard, strident voice. There's the mud pit voice. There's the public announcement voice. You know, there's all these different voices, and he taught me them and showed me how to make them work, and then made me a demo. And sure as shooting, a set of commercials came up for Revenue Canada, funnily enough. You know, paying your taxes here, and I did them for free. And he made my demo, and that demo has made me several $1 million. So that's how I got started, by taking a lemon and turning it into lemonade. Getting fired and turning it around to work it to my advantage. And I've been doing it ever since, and that was 1982. Anime, Brian?
Yes.
Not a big fan of anime. You know what I hate about anime? It's a very simple thing.
Oh, actually, I meant animated.
Animated?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the animated one.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
my Optimus Primal, love them. Optimus Prime, the new one, the new Optimus Prime animated, love that. Anime, not a big fan. And the only reason is, it's a very simple reason. Sometimes the stories are cool. I love like Macross and those kind of things. The thing I hate about some of the Transformers is they have little kids in them. Let's go, kids. Let's go save the world. I'm going, oh, come on. Any responsible adult would put children in danger? What is wrong with you people? Psycho in Japan? I just didn't. I'm not a big fan. I hate it when they bring little kids who think they're just like, yeah, we can do this Optimus, and they're just a little kid going, back off. But yeah, no, I like the animated. It's.
I'm asking this question on behalf of someone who couldn't be at the con today. With Beast Wars' 15th anniversary upon us, what are you doing to celebrate?
What am I doing to celebrate the 15th anniversary?
Yes.
Of Beast Wars?
Yes.
I'm celebrating it right now. I honestly don't go to very many conventions. I think I can count the number of Transformers conventions on 2 hands. I think I've been to 8, maybe 7. I just don't go to many of them. They're a lot of fun, but this one, I particularly like this one that comes out here in Mississauga. I like the fellows who run it, and this is a good a way as any to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Reboot, or of, Reboot. I've got Reboot on my mind because Reboot they came out with a box set. Just a few months ago. Well, it's sell it in Canada. They only sell it in the States. Anyway, does that answer your question, sir?
It does.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Growing up, I was a big fan of the show Reboot.
Yes.
And you had mentioned how you always used to improvise with Scott McNeil and Phil Hayes, and you were hack and slash.
Yes.
Can you describe the situation with Michael Donovan when you were Al's waiter and he was Al?
Yes. Come on, he took. We did. We go like this.
Hey, I don't think we should go in there. Matter of fact, I like it when we go in there.
Well, what do you mean? We should go in there and be good. What? No, we can't go in there. Al scares me. He's so slow, but he's so loud.
No, let's go in because I really like the menu.
I don't want to get the menu. No, come on. Oh, darn. The door's locked. The door's locked.
Well, open it. Well, just push the button.
I don't want to push the button. No, come on. Push the button.
Push the button.
I don't want to push the button. What? Who's there? I don't want to push the button. You push it.
I'm not pushing it.
No, you push it. Because every time we push it, something bad happens. The megabyte is gonna kill us.
And as time went on, we started hearing your, like during sequences of the Savage Claw or whatever, we started hearing your voice making comments of, didn't we do this before? And that sort of thing. Was that, do you know, was that stuff that you would improvise, or was that stuff that was written in, just to kind of fill the long animation gaps?
The best thing I wrote in?
No, do you recall if that was stuff that you had ad-lib during the power-up sequences, the stock animations?
To be quite honest with you, it's all a blur.
Okay.
I remember all the shows, but we would do like 10 shows in a day. And just bang them up, and bang them up, and bang them up. And to remember a significant line, I remember that we would add lines or add syllables to make it work. It was this is not a very, very happy, wonderful place for us to be, kids. You children, you small people, you kids, you small people, you children should leave. And we'd have things like that. And they'd go, oh, they'd go, and then you had to fill in. Well, I don't think we should go. We should go. You know, you see what I mean? And I just can't remember them. Sorry to say. You're welcome.
I'd like to ask you a question about some of your live action work.
Yes, go ahead.
I'll watch them.
Watch them.
And I was wondering how that came to be, and how your role came to be, and how the experience was for you.
I'm sorry again?
I'm wondering how the role came to be, how your role in it came to be, and how the experience was for you.
Well, it's very funny. played a general in this movie, The Watchmen, which is a tremendous movie. Was Zack Snyder, who was a wonderful director and had great casting.
Zack Snyder rocks.
It was quite fun.
I like the director.
The lady who was
I
the casting director
Zack Snyder, yeah.
for the show, we've had a history for 25 years. And she's always afraid when I walk into the audition room, because she never knows what I'm going to do. Because I might just go, you know, I really don't like this line. It doesn't make any sense. Can we change it? And she'd sit there, no, don't say that. Don't say that. No, why not? You know, I don't think I'm right for this part, but I would be good for this part. What do you think? And she'd get all bent out of shape. But for The Watchmen, I thought that it was another big feature, and I would go in and they'd bring someone from the States in to do it. And I walked in and I just had a crapload of attitude. But I really like Zack Snyder. He's a really nice guy, right? So I walked in and I said, okay, let's do this. And did the audition and told me right then and there, I'm doing the part. I said, okay, this is terrific. So I went to work on the show, and it was the first show that I've ever worked on where I've never seen the script. You only see the pages on your day.